Welcome back to Anderson Acres. We're in the kitchen tonight, and after several requests, I'm going to make mashed potatoes. These are simple, easy, but apparently many people have never made them themselves. We are making them from potatoes from our own garden. So, yes, some of them are misshapen and odd because they came out of our own garden. So, we're going to use up some potatoes today. We're going to make mashed potatoes. There are not very many ingredients. There's not too much of a technique to it. So if you've never made your own mashed potatoes, follow along. It's quite easy. The first thing we need to do is get these potatoes peeled, okay? They have funny skins. These are the discard potatoes from our potato patch. So we're going to peel them first. All right, potatoes are peeled. I've stuck them in a pot just for safety. Anyway, we're going to take the potatoes and we're going to cut them up. How doesn't really matter, okay? It really doesn't. So I'm literally just cutting them in thirds, these bigger ones, and then just chunking them, okay? Back in the pot, okay? They go back in the pot when they're chunked. So I'm just going to go through and chunk my potatoes. Obviously, smaller potatoes like this. Smaller potatoes like this one are just going to get quartered, okay? And then back in there. So we're going to just keep doing that. Then we will come back and do the next step. All right, potatoes are chopped, just cube size. Just cube them up a little bit. They don't have to be super tiny, but if they're too big, they're going to take too long to cook. Now we want to fill this pot with water until they're completely covered. Not all the way to the top, but till the potatoes themselves are covered. Fill your pot about halfway with potatoes and cover them with water. All right, those are covered with cold water. Now we are going to take some salt. I'm using Himalayan salt. You can use whatever you like. Liberally salt the water. Now I'm going to pop that pot on the stove, turn it to high. Once the water is boiling, I'm going to set a 20-minute timer. 20 minutes at boiling, and those potatoes should be soft to the touch with a fork, not your fingers. You want to use a fork, see if they can pierce the potatoes, and if they can, we're ready to move on. But first you got to put the pot on the stove, turn it to high, wait for it to boil, then set a 20-minute timer once it's boiled. We'll be back when these have boiled and cooked for 20 minutes. All right, those have been boiling. The way to test to make sure they're done enough is look for a fairly large piece and make sure your fork splits it easily. You shouldn't have to push much, right? It should come apart easy as pie. So you find bigger ones, see if your fork slides in. Okay, you shouldn't have to apply a lot of pressure. So I'm going to go over to the sink and drain these. Some people save the potato water. Some people don't. It's entirely up to you. But you want to return them to the same pot because this pot is hot. And we want that heat because we are going to be adding butter. And we want that butter to melt. Okay? So we want that butter to melt. I didn't get a knife because, knives are for other people. How about like a knife? There we go. Kept grabbing a fork. I don't need a fork. So we are going to take some butter. And yes, I got liquid all over the counter. I don't care that much. We are going to get some butter. And I like to throw a couple of nice big chunks of butter in. Okay? We're going to get that going. I am going to grab a couple of towels here just to mop up that water. Use paper towels, it's fun. Okay. Just to mop up that water because we don't really need it here. There we go. Okay. There we go. So now what we're going to do is you can use a fork if that's what you've got, but you're better off with a nice potato masher. Okay? Whatever potato masher works for you is good enough. You want to get that butter in there. Smash that butter in partially. If your butter just came out of the fridge like mine did, then it's going to be a little stiff and you want that heat to melt it. And yes, I did use 2 different kinds of potatoes in here. Okay? I really did. I did. That's why you're seeing 2 slightly different colors. One is a little more yellow, one is white. 2 different kinds of potatoes were planted in the garden, and that's what I'm using. So, I'm now going to add, now these are to taste, but you definitely want salt. And remember, this is a big pot of potatoes, so a little bit of salt won't do it. You don't want a huge amount of salt, but you want enough. Salt brings out the flavor in food. It doesn't make it salty. So more than a teaspoon, but you don't want it so much it's like, oh, salt. Okay, now I'm going to add some cream. I am using a whipping cream. Don't go too much, because you can always add more. You can't take it out. So I'm going to add a whipping cream. So I have butter and a whipping cream. Yes, you can use milk. Whipping cream makes it better. Okay. Now I'm adding white pepper. You don't need a ton, just a little. But white pepper doesn't give you those black flakes that black pepper will give you. So a little white pepper. And then because we don't want our potatoes super bland, we are going to add just some garlic powder. Not a ton. We're not making garlic potatoes. Okay? And now we want to make sure everything is really, really well combined. Okay? You want everything. Now, some people like to leave some chunks in their potatoes. Other people like them really, really smooth. That's a personal choice. I would recommend not using like a blender. When you blend hot potato, they can get really gummy. So it's okay to use like an electric mixer on very low speed. But if you do it too quickly, you will end up with a gummy potato. You don't want gummy. Okay. Give it a taste. Decide if you have to add anything more. I need more salt. Okay, that's what you do. Taste it. Now don't put that same fork back in here. I've got 3 forks for a reason. So I can taste it again with a different fork because other people are going to be eating this too. Okay, and it shouldn't taste salty. You don't want it salty. A different fork. 3 different forks lined up. Yes, this is a slightly different sized fork. I didn't have 3 equal forks. That's much better. There we go. So you don't want it to be like salty, but it shouldn't be bland. A little salt and a little pepper and a little garlic powder go a long way to just enhancing that flavor. And your butter and your cream. Let's plate those up, see how they look. Simple, easy, delicious. Mashed potatoes, ready for any occasion. You can use this recipe as a base to make herbed potatoes, cheesy potato. You can use it to make a garlic mashed potato. There's a lot of things you can do with this. You can also use leftover potatoes to make potato sandwiches. There's a lot of things you can do, but you got to do the potato first. So that's how we do our mashed potatoes. There are 1,000 different ways from 1,000 different families. Pick the way that you enjoy. I like these. Simple, easy, and a great base to do something fun. Put some gravy on them or eat them as is. Maybe with a little extra butter, because butter makes it better. That's about it for us here today at Anderson Acres. I hope you enjoyed making mashed potatoes with us. Simple, easy. Let me know how they turned out for you in the comments below. We'll see you tomorrow.